Let me start this section with something we can all agree on. California is, by far, the best state in the entire country for airsoft. With 2 major distributors, and potentially even more that I'm unaware of, Milsim West, over 50 fields spanning across the entire state, and it sharing an ocean with China, Japan, and Taiwan, all 3 of these countries being great for airsoft as well, it's no surprise why California is the best state for airsoft. There's more fields on the East Coast, sure, but the amount of fields in California alone far surpass the amount of fields in any state on the East Coast. So if you live in California, you're bound to find a field that you like. Unfortunately, because California is so popular for airsoft, it leaves other states in the dark. States like South Dakota, Wyoming, both have 1 field. And let's not get started on Nebraska. Little to no airsoft fields in a state leads to little to no exposure for the sport, resulting in no common player base for said area. What about airsoft stores and tech shops? With a large percentage of airsofters being based in California, it makes it incredibly hard for those stores to receive any traction, which forces them to relocate or straight up close down. It also doesn't help that California has some of the best fields, along with some of the most well-known fields in the country. It just makes it harder for players outside of California to enjoy the sport. The same could be said for most major airsoft events. A good example of one I wanted to go to is AirsoftCon 2024, hosted by Evike at their main superstore in Alhambra, California. Guess why I couldn't attend? Public fear due to lack of airsoft fields is also something to point out. In states with lack of exposure to the sport, people with no knowledge of airsoft can react more negatively when seeing someone with an airsoft gun, even on private property. Despite all this, there are fields out there that can actually succeed at fixing this issue, and a good example is Nashville Airsoft, Tennessee's only indoor field. There is another, but based on the videos that I've seen, it's universally hated, so we'll skip over it. Nashville Airsoft is located right in the middle of Nashville, which is Tennessee's most populated city. Being an indoor field, it's much more preferable to play at year-round, especially during summer, considering how hot and humid Tennessee's summers are. And it's no surprise that when you look up airsoft fields in Tennessee, Nashville Airsoft is going to be on the search results every single time. And it's also not a surprise that Summertown Airsoft, despite being one of the better Tennessee fields I've played at, is so unknown because of how unpopulated Summertown is.